you what, my Mondays are so much fun here on Summit Sunrise. Here with Jim from Cutthroat Anglers. And Jim, can you give me a little history on Cutthroat?
Sure. Cutthroat Anglers became a teenager this year. We celebrated our 13th birthday on March the 1st.
Technically a tween.
There you go.
Look at you.
There you go. But that makes us one of Silverthorne's legacy businesses, and we've been at the Town Pavilion for most of that time. From a personal perspective, I was a property owner in 1980 here in Summit County, so was a longtime client of Cutthroat, and ended up buying the shop from Trapper Rudd in 2010.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you feel like is so unique about you guys? What do you feel like really sets you apart from other fly fishing spots?
Yeah, I think there's really three things. First of all is our location. When you come up to our shop, it's obvious we're right on the banks of the Blue River, so if you're fishing the Blue, we're handy for supplies and so forth. We're easy to get to from I-70, so we're really a gateway for anglers who are heading north to Upper Colorado or the Williams Fork or to points west. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on is having more for anglers, what they're looking for. When you walk into our shop, you can't help but notice that we have over 2,800 different fly bins and usually over 100,000 flies on stock. So chances are you're probably going to be able to find that fly that you're looking for. I have to say that the cumulative experience of our guides is more than any other fly shop in the county. And we're also able to offer more trips to folks because we have more permits than any other fly shop. Plus we have access to some really highly coveted private water. But last but not least, I think I'm especially proud of the staff we have on hand right now. They're friendly, knowledgeable, experienced, and their whole goal is to make your time on the water as fun as possible.
And, you know, I have to just, as a little testimonial to you guys, I went fly fishing for the very first time the other day, and I went into Cutthroat to get my fishing license and to get set up. And for someone that has never been and is clearly, you know, I'm looking at the flies and like, ooh, that one's pretty. And I'm sure you guys were like, who is this girl? But they were so welcoming, and they were so much fun. They really got me excited about the experience, and I wasn't intimidated whatsoever to ask questions. And I think that's huge for beginners, you know, to feel like you can walk in and just know, like, all right, I'm going to be welcomed in, and they're gonna help me figure this out. Because you guys, it really seems like everybody in there, I mean, you can just tell that they love it, that they absolutely love it, and that most likely they were out doing it this morning, and then later on this afternoon they're probably going to go after work, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they spend an awful lot of time on the water, and especially with beginners, it's a lot of fun to just get them started, because we all know where we started and we want to get them off to a good beginning. Yep,
even Jim has some great suggestions for those of us that cannot get our casting down just yet. More like, you know, we're throwing around like a softball player. But now, if we've seen a lot of people, especially with the heat down in the Front Range, I mean, they're coming up to the mountains to really escape that heat. And, you know, how would they kind of go about getting themselves into a fly fishing trip?
Yeah, they ought to be thinking about a trip, because right now the fishing has really been good. Things have been accelerated a little bit this year. Things have gotten a little bit early. But this past weekend I was able to fish the headwaters of the Arkansas and the Spinney. The annual green drake hatch is going on in the Arkansas, which makes for really happy fish and sets the stage for some excellent dry fly fishing. And Spinney is one of my favorite destinations. The fish there are just exceptionally strong, and you can almost always count on some outstanding fishing opportunities. All that being said, though, what a year of difference makes. I looked, and a year ago today, we had 10 times more flow in the Colorado at Kremling than we do today.
Wow.
And so this year, even though the flows are down, we're still seeing about 600 million gallons a day flow in the Colorado. So we haven't been prevented from doing any float trips. But having said that, if folks are thinking about a float trip, I suggest they get it booked pretty soon, get it under their belt, because we never know what summer's going to bring.
Sure. But then you guys also do like wading trips and stuff too. You can slip on the waders and get on out there, which, let me tell you, I feel like those things make you feel like you're invincible. Yeah. I feel like I can do anything in those. Walk out in all that mucky stuff, and I mean, you really feel like, I feel like next time maybe I can fly. I'm not really sure. And so what about events and other things? Do you guys have anything that we should be, you know, putting on the calendar coming up?
Well, our big project over the winter was to redo our website. We wanted to give our old website a new look, but use that old address of www.fishcolorado.com. So we'll be unveiling the new site here in the next couple of weeks. One of the things people will see is a new e-commerce store. But one of the things we're really excited about is we're going to have a new ability to more easily update the site with respect to news and information about fishing reports, exotic trips, and so forth.
Nice. Exotic trips. Yes. I'd like to hear a little bit more about this exotic trip thing.
Yeah. We have 2 destinations already booked for 2013. We'll be making our 3rd return trip to Belize in late May. This time it'll be to El Pescador Lodge on Ambergris Key. El Pescador has been around for 35 years. The lodge has won all kinds of awards. The reputation of the fishery is great. We'll be fishing for bonefish, permit, and tarpon. And one of the nice things is that the lodge has extended a 2-for-1 pricing offer, so it's going to be a little bit more affordable for our guests. The other spot where we're heading is a return trip to Alaska in late August to the Bear Trail Lodge on the Naknek River. The Naknek has been voted the #1 rainbow trout river in all of Alaska. We'll be fishing for not only trophy rainbows, but also silver salmon, Dolly Varden, grayling. And one of the exciting things about the lodge is that it's located in the Katmai National Park and Preserve, which has one of the highest concentrations of brown bears in the world. So it promises to be an exciting trip.
I bet that will be exciting. Oh my gosh. Well, if if you're interested in learning the basics or maybe taking an exotic trip with some of the most fun people I have met as of late, this would be a great crew to go with. And like I said, they're so welcoming. And even if you've never even stepped foot in a fly fishing shop before, Cutthroat is the place to go. And where are you guys located?
400 Blue River Parkway.
All right, so right in the Silverthorne Pavilion area, right next to Red Buffalo Cafe, right off the Blue River. It's super convenient and so much fun. So if you've been thinking about fly fishing, definitely book a trip with these guys. You are going to be so glad that you did. And Jim has some great tips. You should definitely hit this guy up for some good tips. I know I did. Anyway, I feel like I have yet to test it out, but I think it's going to work, Jim.
Okay. Got the action.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna keep practicing. We're gonna take a quick break here on Summit Sunrise. More to come, including Watch and Win, so don't go anywhere.